It just speaks to everything that we're going to be talking about, because anything that you want to change, any block that you think, oh, I can't do this, it's all in your head. And what I mean by that is, number one, it's just a thought. It's the way that you think. And so you're blocking yourself because you think that. Get out of your way. And number two, all you have to do is start giving yourself new directions. Your subconscious mind, she is just sitting there waiting for you. Girl, what are we doing next? What are we doing? Hey ladies, I am so excited for our first show. Girl, it's all in your head. Let me tell you, this show was born just out of my experiences, my aha moments, and the biggest thing of just realizing how powerful I am. So listen, get comfortable. Get your popcorn. Well, you won't need any popcorn because it's not going to be a long show. Because I wanted to do short tidbits because that's how our brain works. I didn't want to do a podcast where I'm talking to you for a whole hour and then you forget what I just said 20 minutes ago. So these are going to be short podcast, 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to put on my special educator hat. I'm going to put on my NLP practitioner hat. I'm even going to put on my hypnotist hat. Okay, so let me paint a picture for you. You're professional. You're successful. You think you're beautiful. You like the way you look most of the time. You are very proud of your accomplishments. I was feeling the same way. But then at the end of the day, when all of those layers came off, I felt like something was missing. I felt like I wasn't quite exactly where I wanted to be. And so I decided to, you know what, I'm going to talk about this because I discovered something when I changed my life, when my life took a corner or a turn for the better, honey. I realized it was all in my mind and how my outlook, what was my outlook? What was my mindset on things? How was I thinking about things? And so it's really called neuro-linguistic programming, NLP for short. I didn't know that's what I was using at the time, but now that I'm certified in it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. So basically, NLP is a way for you to learn how to run your mind instead of your mind running you. So let's talk about the subconscious mind a little bit. Your subconscious mind, it runs everything. It's the part of you that keeps you awake at night. It's the part of you that when you go to work, you don't need to look up the directions. It's your memory. It's a part of you that if you were on your way to work and there was an accident, you know another alternate route to get to work. It's on autopilot without you even having to tell it things. But let's be clear, you have taught it to do everything that it's already doing. So your mindset is that part of you that just runs 24/7, even when you are not aware of it, when your conscious mind is not aware of it. How you brush your teeth. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Your subconscious mind is running all behind that. And I realized years ago, after a failed weight loss surgery, and I got stuck, and I was still in the low 400s, high 300s for about 9 to 10 years, then I started to say, I just want more. I'm not ready. My highest weight was 674 pounds. I was not ready. And I just started by saying a simple affirmation. I'm disciplined and focused. For those of you who know me, I know you've heard that story before, but it is like my absolute turning point. And I still have it tattooed. Well, it's not going anywhere. I'm not going to remove it because it made me see that I really am disciplined and focused just by thinking that I was disciplined and focused. And I didn't believe it at first. That is the power of your subconscious mind. So what we're going to be talking about in this show is basically how do you start to think differently? Because you've learned over the years, and if you're my age and you're, 50s, you know that we say a lot, that's just the way I am. Well, guess what? You absolutely can change it just by starting to think differently, just by saying things differently, just by being aware when you think something and that's something that you no longer want to think, that you can stop it in its track. And sooner or later, you get faster at it because we all have limiting beliefs. And so that's basically what stops you from being the woman that you thought you could never be. And I love saying that because it's so true. We all won't necessarily admit that because I have a beautiful life, but I want more and I deserve more. But I had to teach myself that I deserve more. So I just wanted to basically start off this show. Girl, it's all in your head. I love the title. It just speaks to everything that we're going to be talking about, because anything that you want to change, any block that you think, oh, I can't do this, it's all in your head. And what I mean by that is, number one, it's just a thought. It's the way that you think. And so you're blocking yourself because you think that. Get out of your way. And number two, all you have to do is start giving yourself new directions. Your subconscious mind, she is just sitting there waiting for you. Girl, what are we doing next? What are we doing? So if you subconsciously, right, tell yourself, I'm not good enough, it just keeps going on and on and on. It's like I don't even know how to explain it, and I don't want to get real scientific on everyone. But if you keep telling yourself that over and over and over again, you're actually telling yourself that when you're not consciously aware that you're telling yourself that. And I will give you an example. There's a job, and you think, oh, I'm not going to apply for that. I don't qualify for that. You don't even dig deeper to ask yourself, well, why not? That's my favorite question. In NLP, anytime you have a blockage, all you need to do is ask yourself, why not me? Why can't I do that? And start answering the questions, because then another question will pop up and you answer that question. And then another question will pop up and you answer that. And sooner or later, you're going to get your answer. Your subconscious mind, it always comes through. All you have to do is keep asking yourself why or why not, and write it down and then go through those answers. And so once you decide, you know what, this doesn't make sense. Well, I can't wear this type of hat because when I was 4, my uncle said I had a big head. One side of my head was bigger than the other side. And so you never even look at hats. You like them, but you walk, when you're in the store, you're like, oh, well, I know I can't buy that hat. You say that unsubconsciously, right? And you say, well, I know I can't wear a hat like that because one side of my head is bigger than the other. Did you measure your head? And even if that's true, did you try on the hat to see if it fits? That is what NLP will do for you when you really start tapping in the power of how you think. Because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Now, I may have already said that, but that is the truth. And I'm going to be saying that several times, because we also talk ourselves out of being able to talk ourselves out of stuff. If that makes sense. So you got to get to a point where you can really sit down with yourself and be quiet. We talk too much, y'all. Gosh, we talk entirely too much. That's why I'm doing 15 to 20 minute shows, because I want to make sure that you leave with something. Now today, because it's the first show and I'm so excited, I have so many things to say, but I want to make sure that you subscribe, you're going to come back, because we're going to go deep into this. This holiday season, give yourself the gift of transformation. Join me for the 12 Days of Christmas Think Different, Be Different in 2026 Challenge. 12 short, powerful sessions designed to teach you to step into the woman you thought you could never be. We start December the 7th. You said this year, last year. Don't break another promise to yourself. Get your ticket now at girlissallinyourhead.com. We're going to go deep into this because what you want for your life, how you want to be, how you've always pictured yourself as being, but you thought it was just like out of reach. I want to teach you that it is within reach. It is right there. And the amount of time that it's going to take you to get there is simply the amount of time and effort that you put into changing the way that you think. And so let me tell you this. You have grown into your person, who you are, your personality, based on experiences, the friends that you've had growing up, you looking at your parents, you looking at your cousin that you're around all the time. All of those things influence us, and they make us who we are. But you don't have to stay there. You could decide right now, you know what? Within 3 months, I'm going to be a totally different person. Stop settling for, that's it, that's who I am. That's all I know. Until you know a little bit more by stepping out of your box. Step out of your box. All it takes is a decision to say, I want more for myself and I deserve more. And you do, simply because you're here. There is no one else like you. If you just take that into context and think about it, it's just one of me. You can't be me. I can't be you. You understand what I mean? Because the fact that I am the only me, it makes me special. And the same applies to you. All you have to do right now is to decide that I'm worth making the effort to start to change who I thought I was and be the woman that I thought I could never be. That's all it takes, is that one step. So before you leave here, I'm going to give you something that you can just start off with. Start off with a simple gratitude statement. Gratitude it's the basis of everything that I do, because it puts you in a state of, it's not as bad as I thought it was. That's why gratitude is so important. Number one, when you're grateful for things, you attract more things to be grateful for. So I want you to think of gratitude like rose-colored glasses. People say that in a negative way. Take off your rose-colored glasses. No, put them back on. Because if you have those rose-colored glasses on, you're going to see the good in everything. Now, here's the difference. Let's say you take them off. You see what you don't have. You're working and you're working towards things out of lack. So you're focusing that energy on what you don't have, which means you attract more things that you don't have. You attract that more energy and being and noticing things that you don't have. But if you talk all day about all the good things that are going on in your life, it's going to change your mood. It's going to make you look at your glass as being half full versus being half empty. And that is the trick, hack, whatever you want to call it, to changing your mindset and thinking differently. Because I know when I'm feeling good, you can't tell me nothing. When I'm feeling really good about things and I'm like, oh my goodness, everything is working out. One of my affirmations is everything always works out for me because everything happens for me. And so I say that all the time. Another affirmation that I say is, I believe something fabulous is going to happen to me today. And guess what? Something fabulous happens to me every day when I open up my eyes. Every single day. And lots of times I get some really good things because that's what I believe. And those things have probably always been there. But because my focus used to be on lack and what I didn't have, I missed them. So, and I pause right there for a reason. I really want you to start thinking about, how can I change my life? How can I make it better? Even if your life is really, really good, I have a really good life, but I still want more. And there's nothing wrong with that. And part of me wanting more is being able to come on to here and just share my thoughts and my experiences that have gotten me this far and where I'm going to go. Because I'm grateful for everything and the overflow of abundance. Now I'm going to be throwing out affirmations to y'all all day, every day, because that is how I change the way that I think. I'm replacing the old negative, limiting beliefs with new ones. So I probably have maybe about 60 affirmations that I say for the last several years that I've just say all the time. And what happens with that is I replace the old negative things that I used to say. So if you're my age in your 50s, you think about, I done had a long time to learn negative things. I've had a long time to look at experiences from a place of lack or a place of feeling like I was the victim. And that is how I applied it to every single thing that I do. So if I walked into a room and I'm noticing the cracks in the ceiling and everything versus, oh, the room is really clean with beautiful chairs, that's two different outlooks on that room. So apply that to your life. You want the outlook on your life to notice all the things that are wrong, or you want the outlook on life to notice all the things that are going right for you? So I'm going to end there. This is a continuation, and I just want you to leave with this thought of just saying to yourself, all I need to do is just change the way I think. Real simple. It's not that hard to do. It's going to take you being consistent, right? And persistent and disciplined and focused. It's going to take time for you to change it, because if you're my age, or even if you're 35, you've had 35 years of thinking one way. And so now it's not going to happen overnight. But y'all know I got something for you. So if you click on the link that's attached to the show, you can go and get your Mindset Makeover tutorial bundle. So I thought really hard about what can I give away to my beautiful people who follow me. What can I give away that would be really simple for you to start off with? And so this bundle includes just a one worksheet that give you 3 things to do every single morning. It's like a menu. So you get to choose one from each category. You're going to choose a gratitude statement. You're going to choose a breathing technique, because breath is life. We'll have a whole show about that too. And you're going to choose an affirmation to say every single morning. That's one thing that's in the bundle. The next thing is I have a short meditation for you. It's not long. You can listen to it while you're driving. It's not something that, you have to sit and, you don't have to do that, okay? And then the last thing in the tutorial is a playlist. Y'all listen, the music is everything. What we listen to today, we get, I know for me, if I hear a good beat, honey, I'm going to be like, yeah, what's that? And then I realize, what did they just say? Like, I don't want that a part of my life. So this playlist is a playlist of uplifting songs. I think there's one, no, it's not, because we're not even talking about religion here. I think I do have one gospel song in there. But I want you to listen to the words of every song. And y'all know it got some beat to it now. I love music. I sing. I like to dance. It's a good vibe that you can listen to every single morning to get your day started. The morning is what's key. I'm going to do a whole other show just on how you should start your mornings. Mornings are very, very important. So this bundle that you're going to get is going to help you to start your mornings right, which in turn is going to impact your day, which is going to impact your week, which is going to impact your month, which is going to impact what? Your year, and it's going to impact your life. I appreciate every single one of you for hopping on and supporting me. I don't take it for granted. I'm very, very appreciative. And I'm always going to end with this. Think different, be different.